Hello there, I'm Amanda and welcome to this video for relaxing, releasing tension in your feet. These are a few things that we explored in our classes last week, and I thought I'd get on here just before we start classes for this week and share some of this with you so that maybe you can come along and enjoy some of what we do in our classes here at Juma Health and Yoga. So when we're working with the feet, we are feeling into the energy of the earth, and the feet and the foot chakras and the kidney 1 point in traditional Chinese medicine is the avenue with which the energy of the earth enters our body and transfers into the rest of the body and out into the world when we share our light in the world. So our feet have to stay healthy, and if we injure them, maybe you've had a broken toe or a sprained ankle, that kind of thing, or we might have broken a bone in our foot, it does take some time to recover and recuperate. And even after we've recuperated, those muscles and tendons and ligaments might still be reacting, and that's our nervous system. So the feet are a way of accessing our nervous system and calming it down. So join in with me if you would like. If you'd like to be seated on a chair, you could practice being seated on a chair for sure. But I'm going to stand, all right? So stand with your feet maybe a little bit wider than hip distance apart. And just take a moment here to smooth your shirt down, relax your shoulders away from your ears, broaden through your chest, maybe even tucking your shoulder blades in just a tad. Soften your knees a little bit. And feel here into the center point of each foot, letting the soles of the feet soften into the ground and the palms of the hands soften into the spaciousness around them. And sense your tongue in your mouth. And your tongue directly relates to your heart. So as you soften your tongue, you're softening your heart. And you may even like to close your eyes and feel the movement of air, of breath, of oxygen entering this human form. And as you exhale, connect once more with the ground. The ground beneath you, Mother Earth, Gaia. And let her hold you here as you take just a few more breaths. Breathing in through your nostrils. And maybe this time exhaling out of your mouth. Breathing in through your nostrils. Exhaling out of your mouth. And one more, just like that, in your own time. Perfect. And then when you're ready, inhale your arms up and around you in a great big circle of radiance. Maybe joining the palms together just above your head, and then exhaling the hands down the central axis of the body and letting your thumbs come to rest right on the center of the chest, the breastbone. Taking a moment here to sense into your intention for being here right at this moment. What are you calling in? What are you creating, releasing, maybe sustaining? Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva entering into the practice. And so let's begin by releasing the hands down. And as you do so, soften your knees just a little. That's it. Inhale, press into the ground. Keep the feet flat on the floor. Feel the crown of the head reach to the sky. And then exhale, bend the knees. So just very slowly feeling into the presence of your feet, feeling the earth. Inhale, lengthen the legs, and then exhale, press the feet down to ground. That's it. And then from here, maybe rock a little bit back, a little bit precarious, and then maybe rock a little bit forward onto your toes and feel what that's like to rock a little bit back, being really careful and looking after your body and forward, rocking forward and back, and maybe picking up the pace and letting this enter into the body as a bit of a rhythmic movement. So when we think about the energy of the base chakra, it's our connection to ground, it's our connection to our tribe, to our families. It gives us a sense of safety when that energetic center is in line. Keep rocking with me. And the other point to consider too is the pyramid of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And at the base of that pyramid is connection and safety. So it's a really, we know now, how important it is to have a friend, to connect with people and not isolate ourselves. And it's also really important for this human form to feel safe. So this is a way of feeling safe. We're just going to rock forward and back a couple more times. That's it. And then when you're ready, let's bring the point of our right big toe onto the ground and start to twirl our ankle. So we're just rotating, and notice how that's rotating right up through the leg. So the whole of the right leg, the right hip, reverse that back, go in the opposite direction and really feel what's happening in your right foot, in your right leg, your right knee, your right hip. Good. And then place that foot on the ground. Notice what that feels like. Let the body experience the rebound of that movement. And then take your weight onto that right leg and put the pointer, the big toe of the left foot on the ground and twirl. So we're twirling and feel that movement roll right up through your left leg. Might be a few little, reverse that, and then there might be a few little clicks, a few little noises. And we never want to move into pain. So we're always being really, really careful, really, really mindful that we're looking after our body. So far, we've done forward and back. We've done some ankle rotations that have rolled right up the body. And now let's try, we'll go back to the right foot and we'll just try turning the right sole of the foot in and sensing a stretch right up the outside of that right leg. And then release that. Notice what happened and then try the other side. So coming onto the outside edge of that left foot, making sure not to put too much pressure in there. And then come back onto the sole of the left foot and receive the information. So now let's attempt to stretch the top of the foot. And I'm going to turn on my side for this. So what we're going to do to start off with is take that right leg and we're going to take the heel out and we're going to pull the toes back. All right? So we're sensing into a little bit of a flex in the foot, stretching the sole of the foot, And now, and so we're kind of balancing here. We're doing a little bit of a balance. And now what we're going to do, and if you need to hold on to something, make sure that you've got something close by. Now what we're going to do is take the top of the foot back behind us. So from here, we'll inhale, bending the left knee, pulling the right toes towards us. And then as we exhale, we'll take that tippy toe back and stretch the top of the right foot. And let's do that one more time. So inhale, take the right heel forward, pull the toes back, spread the toes, stretch the sole of the foot, and then exhale and sense that place which we don't often stretch between the top of the foot and the top of your ankle, the front of your ankle. And here you might even like to lift your arms up in the air and accentuate the feel of that stretch. Sense the shoulder blades tucking into the back body, inhaling. And then exhale, float the arms down and release the right foot onto the ground. I'm going to turn back to face you and notice what that right leg feels like right now. Let's do the other side, shall we? So let's take that left foot out in front. So in order to do this safely, make sure you've got something you hold on to and maybe bend that right knee. So pulling the left toes back, that's your inhale. And then exhale, straighten the right leg and take those left toes back and feel the whole front of that left leg. Inhale and bend the knee, pull the toes back, and then exhale, stretching the top of the left foot, the front of the left ankle, and then one more. Inhale, pull the toes back, and this time really spread the toes, spread the bones of the foot, the sole of the foot, and then exhale and take the top of that left foot back, and then maybe lift your arms up, opening and broadening through the front body, lengthening. Good. And then as you exhale, float your hands down. Release the sole of that left foot back onto the ground. Standing for a moment. So there's lots of sensory awareness that your brain is receiving right now. There's new blood rushing to different parts there's new blood rushing to different parts of your ankle, your foot, your lower legs, maybe even the front of the body. And so from here, let's practice a lovely tree. So we'll go back to that right foot, maybe lift and spread the toes and lay them down and see if you can get a little space between each of those toes. Take your weight fully into the center of that right foot and feel just underneath the big toe, just underneath the little toe, and sense the whole of the calcaneus, the heel, pressing down into ground. And then from here, bring your left heel in to your inner ankle. And you might even like to lift it up a little higher. And then just sense for a moment your branches spreading and reaching and expanding. So we've created a firm, steady, strong base for our branches to grow. And see if you take a couple of breaths here. Find a gaze point. On your next exhale, float the palms down. Taking your left foot down onto the ground, pausing between the legs. You might even take a deep breath in through both of your nostrils and then exhale out of your mouth. Good. And then take your weight over to your left foot. So the sole of the left foot, the center of the foot underneath the big toe, the little toe, and the heel. And then find that right foot, that right heel leaning in, and then maybe lifting a little higher. So you can go as high as you'd like to go. We just never push on joints. So not pushing on the knee, the inner knee, that might be a little precarious. And then find your drishti, your soft gaze point, and reach your arms up and around you. And maybe take your thumb pad to your ring finger pad in Prithvi Mudra. So this is Earth Mudra. Breathe the earth energy up through the sole of the left foot. And as you exhale, sense that energy radiating out all around you from the crown of the head. When you're ready, float the hands down. Bring the soles of the feet about hip distance or a little bit wider. Hold Prithvi Mudra, so thumb pad to ring finger pad. You can find this in Gertrude Hershey's beautiful book, Mudra, Yoga in Your Hands. It's a wonderful book. Mine's dog-eared and falling apart. So holding that mudra, Earth Mudra, standing for a moment, maybe closing your eyes and sensing the ground beneath your feet. This amazing earth that shelters us, that feeds us, that grounds us, supports us, that guides us on our way. And just a couple of breaths here, breathing up the legs, in through the feet, the ankles, all the way up through the whole entirety of the body, sensing the connection that you have to the earth. And then sense heaven above responding with great assuredness. You are meant to be here, right here in this time and in this place. Sense sureness in your feet, aliveness in your feet, strength and flexibility in your feet. Take one more deep breath in through both of your nostrils and exhale out of your mouth. Inhaling, release the mudra, float your arms up, all the way up, palms touching above your head, and then exhale and drag those thumbs right the way down, brushing the third eye. And dropping the hands right into the center of the chest. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may we contribute in some way to the well-being of all, everywhere. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Namaste.